What up YouTube, it's your boy Anime Specialist. So this episode was great, man. There was a lot of action, there was a lot of new information that we got. I think it was really good. The only thing that I thought was bad is that there wasn't a lot of animation, there was a lot of standstill images. That's the only thing that I hate about the final season of Fairy Tail, but except for that, this episode I think was amazing. This was one of the best episodes of the season, so let's get right to it. The beginning of the episode was fire, bro. God Serena versus 4 of the 10 Wizard Saints was just really good, especially the part with God Serena where we learned that he's actually a Dragon Slayer, an hybrid. He's kind of like Laxus, but Laxus has just one Dragon Slayer Lacrima inside of him. God Serena has 8, so he can use multiple powers of Dragon Slayers, so that's kind of crazy. And I really thought that because of that he could maybe fight Acnologia, but I'll talk about that a little bit later in the video. But yeah, man, he's something else, and I'm wondering if he could beat guys like Natsu, Sting, Rogue, Gadgel, and all of these guys, because they're strong too. Even Wendy right now with her Dragon Force, so it was something else to learn that God Serena is a Dragon Slayer, and he has 8 of them Lacrima Dragon Slayer magic, so that's kind of crazy that he can actually have 8 Lacrimas of Dragon Slayer. That's a lot of power for the human body, so it's really impressive that he can sustain all of this power inside of himself. But yeah, after the fight we saw Acnologia come in, and I actually thought that there was going to be a fight, especially after seeing God Serena use all these Dragon Slayer magic, but Acnologia just beat him up easily with one hit. Acnologia obviously is the strongest character in the series right now. He killed almost all of the dragon. He's the one who killed Ignil, and he wants to kill every dragon and the Dragon Slayers, because the Dragon Slayers are technically dragons that can use the power of dragons. So that's why he said after he just beat God Serena that there's 7 Dragon Slayers left. I'm wondering, if we count 7, does Laxus count? So there's Gadgel, Natsu, Rogue, Sting, Wendy, Gadgel, and yeah, Laxus. So there's 7 other Dragon Slayers left. So maybe in the final battle we'll see these 7 Dragon Slayers fight together to beat Acnologia. It's just crazy how strong Acnologia is. He just destroyed Dragon Slayers with 8 Dragon Slayers Lacrimas, and now he wants to beat the other Dragon Slayers like Natsu and everything. I don't think Natsu can take him one-on-one. Natsu used Dragon King mode against Zeref and he didn't beat him, so that for sure Natsu is not strong enough to take Acnologia, and even Zeref can't take Acnologia. That's why Zeref wants the Fairy Heart, so that he can fight and destroy Acnologia. So that's crazy how strong this character is, and we haven't seen anything of his full power yet. We saw him come in and fight the Fairy Tail Guild on Tenru Island before the 7-year time skip, and then we saw him come in and fight Enel. That's when we saw a little bit more of his power, but I don't think we've seen his full power yet, so that's kind of crazy to think about. But yeah, man, I'm hyped because even August said to his partner that he wouldn't stand a chance against Acnologia, and that's the thing with Acnologia. He saw August, he knows, he can feel that August is a powerful wizard, but because he doesn't care about them, because he only cares about destroying the other Dragon Slayers, he didn't even think of August and his partner, So man, I'm hyped about seeing Acnologia and the extent of his power. We saw a little bit of Lucy. She's at Natsu's bed right now. He's still unconscious and everything because of the tumor that he had in his body before Brandish helped him. But yeah, man, Lucy, I don't know. It seems like she has some feelings about Natsu. She doesn't really say anything about it, but I guess she's kind of in love with Natsu. I don't really know. Natsu doesn't show that kind of emotion either, so we'll have to see at the end of the series. But yeah, man, it seems like she's in love with Natsu. Now we saw Laxus in action for the first time in a while, and before he fought one of the Spriggan 12, Gray found him in pain, and the reason for that is that before the 1 year time skip, when they fought the Tartarus demons, he was fighting one of them, and this one released a kind of not infection, but a kind of particles that can kill humans because it's an anti-eterious particle, and that's why Laxus is kind of weak right now, because he saved the other members of his guild by inhaling all of this kind of poison for him, you know. So it's still affecting him. Sorry. And that's one of the reasons why I think he's having trouble fighting and everything. I actually thought that he was cured of that kind of poison, but it doesn't seem to be out of his system yet. Hopefully it will get out of his system and everything, so that he can fight in his full power, because like the Spriggan 12 said, the one that he was fighting, he said that Laxus was one of the most powerful members of the Fairy Tail Guild. He didn't say the most powerful, so I'm wondering if Makarov counts, or if guys like Natsu surpassed him during the 1 year time skip. There's some moment in the episode that I really liked, especially this moment where Erza is in the sleeping bag with Juvia, even though Juvia wanted to be in the sleeping bag with Gray. It was kind of funny to me seeing her face and Erza just sleeping beside her. And I really like this other moment with Elfman, Mira Jane, and I don't remember her name, my bad, but just the three of them, obviously their family, just seeing the three of them sleeping before the battle begin and everything. But man, Wendy is something else. There's a lot of character development since the first time that we saw her in this series. Now she's in Dragon Force. She just hit one of the Spriggan 12, and she's gonna fight one of the Spriggan 12, you know. So that's kind of crazy. And it seems like this Spriggan 12, I think her name is like Zimaria or something like that. She felt the kick that Wendy gave her, you know. So Wendy is as powerful as she can be right now in her Dragon Force form. I really like her form, and I'm wondering if she went out of it because it takes a lot of energy, or just because they wanted to do that, or anything. But yeah, she's gonna fight with Cheria. Obviously Cheria is a god slayer, so it will be a good combination. It's gonna be the first time since the beginning of the final season that they fight together, so we'll have to see what's gonna happen. And it seems like Kagura and Erza are coming to fight with them, so we'll have to see, man. It's gonna be epic. And at the end of the episode, we saw Laxus go head to head against one of the Spriggan 12. I don't remember his name, but his magic is pretty interesting. He's kind of a robot, and he can adapt and change his personalities. He kind of he can have armors. He can create weapons and everything. So his magic is kind of interesting. But because Laxus has these particles inside of his body, he can't fight at full power. He gets these attacks by the anti-Eterian inside of his body, so he can't really go full power. So like I said, I hope it will get out of his system, or he will probably die, you know. So we'll have to see what's gonna happen with that. I'm sure Laxus is gonna find a way to win, but one thing that I'm sure of, if he didn't have the particles inside of his body, I think he would just destroy this dude, you know. Even though he's one, I think, of the Spriggan 12, I think Laxus would have destroyed this dude right there. But yeah, man, let me know what you thought about this week's episode in the comments down below. There was a lot to talk about, and this was, like I said at the beginning of the video, one of the best episode of the series. So let me know what you think about this episode in the comments down below, and let me know what you think is gonna happen next in the series, and how maybe the series will end. Sorry. This was probably the best episode from beginning to end of maybe the series, you know, maybe this final arc. So I'm really happy about this episode. Like I said, the only thing that I dislike about the Fatal final season right now is the standstill images. I want more animation and everything, but I think it will get better. I do fairy tale reviews every Saturday, so subscribe for that. And I do other anime related things like Black Clover reviews on Tuesdays, The Promised Neverland reviews on Thursdays, and Sword Art Online and One Piece reviews also on Saturdays. So stay tuned for that. I'm also gonna do Boruto Naruto Next Generation reviews on Sundays when it will catch up to the manga and come out of the filler arcs. So yeah, man, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Anime Specialist out. Peace.